Yep. Here we go. All right. All right, we're back. A little bit better. I know.
All right.
I'm gonna figure it out from the computer, though.
Yeah. All righty. Welcome everybody to the Zay and Tadz and Zay show. This is episode 3, where today we are going to talk about the moon in Virgo and I guess just anything that we feel like comes to mind. We thought about talking about the solar eclipse, but there's not really much that we feel impacted by. And we're both Leo rising, so that says a lot. Yeah. All right, let's start it off. So, we had the moon in Leo, new moon in Leo, and obviously that is gonna make everybody more self-expressive. I feel like how the energy has ingressed into Virgo has just been like, how are we gonna make it consistent? And how are we going to make it practical? And how are we going to make it more routine and pattern? Because that's what Virgo is. I'm a Virgo sun, so I can say that. And I feel like this Virgo moon is just all about taking what you've built for yourself and trying to make it a routine, a pattern, something that you could potentially, grow and expand. So yeah, that's what I think this Virgo moon is.
And you are a Virgo second house sun. So somebody who can relate to the Virgo energy. For me, I yearn for the Virgo energy. I need more that earth practicality, that detail, that day to day, your daily lifestyle. I need more of that because I'm a Virgo North Node. So yeah, anytime we have some Virgo transits, those put me in that North Node. But it is those lessons that I need to learn about your day to day schedule, right? Just the simple things.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, Cancer moon and Virgo moons can learn from each other. Well, you're a Cancer moon. I think Cancer moon does pretty well in Virgo moon just because of the sextile. Cancers and Virgos kind of get along because they're both very service oriented, and I feel like Cancers know how to build a foundation, and Virgos kind of know how to like grow that foundation and kind of make it consistent, something that we can all see and stand on. But I think this is just in general just a time to build a routine on not just making an image, but also just expressing that image to other people. And a reoccurring theme for, I think, this Leo energy is finding people who are like minded and really building a network. I think the Venus in Libra is making people want to build a network around the things that they actually enjoy doing. And Venus in Libra. Venus is at home in Libra. Sun is at home in Leo. Moon does not like being in Virgo, but it be like that sometimes. And I would say the best thing that everybody could do right now is think twice about what you choose to express. And this is coming from a Virgo. I ain't gonna lie, like that's probably the best shit I could say. Think twice about what you want to express.
That's a good advice for Aries, because most of the time I'd be acting without thinking. So yeah, it's making me have be more practical about the choices and not just want to just go at things 100 miles an hour without even looking at the process and the steps and what it takes before hopping in head first into something.
Yeah, for sure. I think overall, though, I think being an Aries right now is actually, I would say, pretty good when it comes to not just self expression, but creating new ways of thinking. I think everybody is kind of on some Aries stuff right now where they're trying to not just change the way they express themselves, but like low key just come up with like new ways of thinking. Obviously, you got like the opposition between Saturn and Venus, which can kind of make things difficult when it comes to, you know, partnership. There might be conflict when it comes to how you see yourself versus how other people see you. And that's just something that if you're a Libra, Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn, you may have to really stand on your individuality. Uh, but remember to not go too extreme. Not go too extreme because sometimes cardinal signs can really set the mood in ways where it is not necessary. There's not that, there is a lot of cardinal energy, but it's like there's a lot of opportunities for misunderstandings because you have what Aries, Libra, and Cancer. So there's like a lot of squared energies, and there's a lot of opportunities for people to misunderstand, uh, you know, people based on how they express themselves. So just find people that are like, like-minded and actually care about what you got going on. And yeah, that's what I think about this.
Yeah, like you said, right? We got Venus in Libra, and that's making a nice trine to Uranus and even like Pluto a little bit. Then North Node's in Aquarius, so yeah, it's easy. It's easy to connect, and it's important to just be yourself right now in the moment without trying to make yourself an image that's not authentic to you. Stand for what you believe in and what you care about, right? And that's how you find the right people.
No, for real. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny because we were talking about in the last live stream, how a lot of people on this app, especially when it comes to astrologers, they may like push certain narratives or even kind of just uh, play it by the book. But I think the energy right now is pushing people to be more like personal and like transparent. And like I would say that, when it comes to this live streaming stuff, like I want to be, I still want to like teach people and, relate to people through astrology, but I also want to, ease into it in a way where, there can be just casual conversation. So if you guys like, you know, people just kind of like kicking it, talking shit, and having just casual conversation while still kind of relating things to astrology, like this is the page. This is the page. This is the stream, and we are trying to stay consistent. We don't really have like a real schedule for this right now, but we are aiming to go live as frequently as we can, uh, almost every day, at least for right now, while the energy is like beckoning for it, so that we can kind of build something that we can stand on and everybody can see, learn, laugh, relate to, stuff like that.
And see who else relates to this stuff, and build a community, because I mean, we see ourselves, right? Every day on TikTok, a new creator comes out, um, that we gravitate to, and it might be the way they say things, but hey, man, I'm into the astrology. I'm into the stars and stuff, and seeing how um, what energy we're dealing with every day, and yeah, I mean, when I was watching your channel, it just came in the algorithm, and it was something I related to. It was something I connected to just and enjoyed. So yeah, I would love to see more of that, connect to more people, see more people that are like this, because I know they're out there. You just don't. You just can only find them on the internet. You can't find them in real life. You can't find them at the bar.
Nah, dead
Imagine
ass.
bringing up astrology at the bar. Not it. Not it.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree. I think it's really community more than anything. So speaking of community, shout out to everybody who's watching the live stream. If you like what you're hearing and you want to see more of the content, follow Tadz Astrology and follow Young Zay Astrology. We're going to be dropping a lot of content, a lot of truthful content, a lot of insightful things, and some entertainment too. This podcast is currently, taking baby steps, but we're putting in the work so that we can actually become solidified. And I think it's going to be very interesting. I think we're gonna at some point invite guests on and have people, kind of bounce their energies off of ours and also kind of continue just casual dialogue. So be on the lookout for potential interviews and or just having people just guest on our podcast. And yeah, um, I got pretty high hopes for this. Um, yeah, this is just like the beginning stages, so I'm very excited for this for sure.
Yeah, and if you enjoy what you see, we're always posting content. Um, Whether or not it's like related to this, I know I post a lot of controversial points that that try to tie into astrology. Um, Zay is more one of those relatable kind of content that we can all feel and connect with. So yeah, definitely check out our channels, our pages. We got a lot of content we're pushing out. We got a lot of ideas that we want people to hear, and new stuff. Maybe you guys haven't thought of stuff the way that we view it, but Zay always tells me every day. Sometimes I bring up a new way of looking at something that maybe I didn't even realize that was new, or people didn't look at it like that. So we just try to elevate the game.
Yes, sir. But yeah, let's get into just like a general topic here. So earlier, before we got on, we were talking about like music, musicians. So before we get into like particular artists, what do you think? Uh, what kind of like, from an astrological standpoint, like what do you think influences music? Like a lot of people say Gemini because it's like Mercury, and there are a lot of notable Gemini musicians. A lot of people say Pisces because Pisces rules the imagination. But I think, and a lot of people say Leo because they're the stage performer. But like, what signs do you think like constitute like music? If you were to pick, let's say like
Yeah.
let's say like five signs, five
Okay.
signs.
For all
What
right, my
constitutes
five.
music?
So I will definitely agree with you with Gemini. Um, as if you look into like to some of the best musicians ever, at least singers, some people that use their words and stuff. Gemini is going to be like filling out all of those the biggest singers ever. Um, Pisces, you mentioned, right? Neptune with the dreams, like the creativity, right? That is a very good point, because to make music, you do have to tap into an emotional, like creative realm. So we just so those the two that you said Gemini. I would say Pisces. I would say yeah, I would say Leo. I would say Leo to set the stage, set the spotlight. You're the one on stage. You're the rock star, right? So you got Leo, you got Pisces, you got Gemini. Those are definitely three important ones. Um, I would say like Libra, right? Like Venus and like because I think Venus has a big deal about um the music because it's art. Like Libra is about the arts and the beauty and such. I think music is an art, right? It's an art form. It's beauty. It's a lot of it's a very artful platform. So I added Libra, and then for the last one, we're going top five for music. Um, Music is pretty air, right? Yeah, I think air. So we got Libra and Gemini. Um,
You said Gemini, Pisces, Leo, Libra. You got one more.
Gemini, Pisces, Leo, Libra.
Hey, I'm just saying we ain't putting no earth signs in.
I
I'm
would
just saying.
say you don't need Earth because it's not really.
You
I
don't
would
think
say
earth?
like
You don't think earth signs can be music? You don't think music is like an earthly element?
I don't think you need it because it's like even like dance and stuff. Dance is more like fire, and then singing is more like air. Earth is like the culmination of it. It's like the grounding of it. We could put Earth. We could say Taurus, right? Because the throat
No,
chakra. We
no,
could
no. I
call.
ain't trying to. I ain't trying to influence your answer. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but
I was.
you are. You're influenced. We'll call it Taurus because I already was thinking that because I'll just say Taurus because Taurus does it rules like the throat chakra, right? And a lot of music you don't always have to be singing, but the voice really it comes from the Taurus, right? The speech, right? So it's the voice. It's what you're saying. The second house, the Taurus. But other than that, I would say borderline like cancer or like something that's like going to make you feel it, right? You feel the music. What do you say? What would you say is your five main signs for music?
The first four that you named, for sure: Gemini, Pisces, Leo, Libra. The Libra explanation was actually great. I wasn't even thinking about that. That was actually good.
Cool.
And then for the fifth, for the last one, I'm gonna say hmm, I am going to say you said Cancer for your fifth one.
Yeah, I would say it really is. If you really think about it, those four are really like after those four, it's pretty hard to add anything after that.
Yeah, honestly, it's like it's almost like you have to throw in most of the water as well as the air, and I would like to say Sag, but I'm saying Sag because like um, Sagittarius's and music I feel like kind of go hand in hand because music is kind of based on like a belief
And meanings too, like
and
what it
meanings.
means to you. You know.
Yeah, and like I think if you have Sagittarius energy, you kind of naturally, when it comes to your expressions, it's very expressive like Leo, and Sagittariuses oftentimes need a creative outlet, and there are a lot of Sagittarius musicians. So I would say that Sagittariuses need to be in that list as well. So Gemini, Pisces, Leo, Libra, and Sagittarius. These are the energies that you kind of need to make music. And more importantly, these are some of the energies that we can see really. in just the music industry itself and how things are kind of like built like around people creating an image. Like if you're going to be a musician and you want to have people attracted to you, you need an image, which is like Leo. But more than like an image, you kind of need people to know like what you're about. So you could kind of say that's like Gemini because you need people to like hear you. And then Sagittarius are like kind of a wild card, I feel like, with music because they may say something that you never heard before and they may reinvent the way music may even be heard or streamed. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's a mutable
Isn't
sign.
Taylor
So,
Swift a Sag?
yeah, I believe so.
So all I know, I'm around a lot of women that listen to her music, and the shit that catches a lot of her viewers is that like she has these little hidden meanings, these little deeper things to it, these like Easter eggs they call it in her music, and it makes people like investigate and like go listen to the music more and all. But she also be talking about her experiences a lot too,
Right,
which was very sad, ninth house. But yeah, that's interesting because that how that ties into it though.
right. Yeah, no, I would say that's a pretty good example. I would also say like just in general, the energy of mutable fire is always changing the way that people perceive art because it's always like, you know, Leo energy is like fixated and it can draw your attention, but music is always about like evolving and changing. It's supposed to like change people's perspective. And I think like Sag energy is like it's like evolution kind of. It makes like it's always changing. It may change how you feel about music in general because it's different. It's not fixated, right? So I would say I'd say Sagittarius is like a pretty big energy when it comes to not just like making music, but like how people react and respond to music. I think the energy itself is like music is very Sagittarian like.
Yeah, I'll
So
agree, and I'll say that Jupiter too, right? Jupiter is like Sag's ruled by Jupiter. Um, you can like I actually remember listening to a lot of hip hop and stuff, just learning things about life and life wisdom from an artist who is probably, has had a lot of life experience and hearing these concepts that you never hear about. And that's a way to get, that's a wisdom, right? And Sag is like the teacher, right? So we actually learn a lot just listening to music. We gain a lot of wisdom and we learn a lot about life and other people's experiences through the music too.
mhm. No, I agree. It definitely changes your perspective. Obviously, Pisces, you can't have music without Pisces because you have to have an imagination, right? I mean, I think I think Kanye West is a Pisces moon,
Yes, he
Gemini
is.
sun.
Gemini Sun.
I think Michael
I
Jackson
think
was a
Kendrick
Pisces.
Lamar is the same thing. He's Pisces Moon, Gemini Sun. Yeah.
I think yeah, Kendrick Pisces moon, Gemini sun. I think Michael Jackson Pisces sun. No, sorry, Pisces moon, Virgo sun.
Oh, really?
Um,
Pisces Moon.
yeah,
So he's
and
like
there's
ill.
a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, just a little bit. Um, but yeah, nah, I think I honestly wanted to throw in Virgo, but I didn't want to be biased. But here's the thing: I don't think
Not
I
be
think you're
biased. Be
actually
biased. The moon's in Virgo. We're reacting and responding to Virgo
no.
shit.
I think when it comes down to what you were saying earlier about earth signs kind of being the after effect of like when you like release music or even when you
They just make the money off it.
yeah, I mean you kind of need like all right, this is what I will say, you need the materials for the shit.
You do.
So I was gonna say honorary mention Taurus. You do need to a
Oh
certain
yeah.
degree, you need like materials in order to make music. Like I mean, you can make music with your voice, but if you want to like record something and like put it out there, that's like fake. That's like some Taurus. Like you need the
Yeah, and I
items.
was saying the voice too, like right with the throat chakra. That's Taurus.
Right, right. I would say Virgo, but like this is the thing. Like when it comes to making music, I feel like a lot of Virgos could attest to this, but like a lot of Virgos low key be writing lyrics.
We had a Virgo that joined. We must be
Really?
talking so much Virgo stuff.
Yeah. I would say like a lot of Virgos, like because they are, very critical and sometimes too analytical, they can make really good music, but it will never come to the light because might like just they might just throw it to the side and be like, this song is not what I want it to be without even putting it out there. Like they won't take a chance like a Leo would, where a Leo would simply just say fuck it and just drop the song, or like a
Yeah,
Libra
well, Virgo
who
trying to
would
like perfect it and all, and make it like all like perfectly
yeah,
like
yeah
even
like
though
a
when there is like really good shit in it, it might not be like your perfect like imagined like thing, but it is. That's because I even have that. I have that struggle a lot too, even just with content. Right? It's like, damn, this shit is not. That's not worth posting. And then like I have like a million drafts saved, and like they're probably could have posted them. Maybe they would have made people a little bit mad, but
yeah, yeah. No, I think you can have Virgo energy when it comes to making sure that a song sounds good, but like sometimes the Virgo energy may be too focused on every detail of the actual song, and then because of that, it may never get released. And then like with the Libra, all a Libra really needs is like confirmation from like
we need
everybody.
Virgos as like audio engineers and shit.
Yeah, or even the people who just listen to the song and like tell the person who made the song like this could use some work. Uh, you know,
Critique it.
yeah, I think Libras just need confirmation. Like if a Libra's an artist, they probably just like need like either their mans or like somebody around them to just be like, yo, this song is it. And then they'll probably be more motivated to drop it. But I think Libras can be great artists too, because they pull on from, kind of like like you said, the Venus. Venus, that's like beauty, that's love. And, I think a lot of great artists have a lot of Libra energy. Um, yeah, it's the scales. You're thinking about like what you're gonna talk about. You're thinking about like how it might be perceived. But ultimately, like it's an air sign, and yeah, I think all air signs have the ability to, sound good. But I think music is, I think it's more mutable. I think out of all the signs that we named, most of them are mutable. I think music is a mutable sign energy. It's cardinal too in some regards, especially when it comes to expressing yourself. But I think music and making music is a mutable sign thing because it's kind of like you're going with the flow. You kind of have to go with the flow when you're making music. So, mm, but yeah, no, that was a good segment. That was a good segment. I ain't gonna lie. Um, yeah, my favorite artist right now is a Virgo. It's Lil Tecca. Shout out to bro. That's the one person who I would honestly like love to see in concert. I ain't gonna lie. Um, yeah, he's like the one person who and he doesn't really uh talk his shit. He just really like lets the music really speak for itself. He's like rarely in any beefs or anything like that. Like he just drops music. Like that's literally it. And he's got like one of the biggest like stream songs of all time. Dude's honestly fucking goated. That's me low key glazing. I'm not gonna lie.
How he's probably like around your age, right?
Fuck no. Nah, he's
Is he
probably like,
how old is Lil Tecca?
I think he's like 20.
He's that young?
Nah, he's like
23?
20.
He's
He's like
23.
23. He's 23. Yeah, nah, he's a
Yeah, man.
couple years younger. I think like
He must have started
everybody.
making music early. He was
Yeah,
like
nah,
16 or some shit.
yeah, bro. He blew up. He blew up when he was like 16. That shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn. He was 16 years old when he made Ransom. That's fucking
Yeah,
nuts, man. That song was insane too. Imagine making Ransom at 16.
yeah, no, that's crazy.
Imagine
Yeah,
making didn't Chief Keef make music at 16?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah, and Chief keeps a Leo, I think.
That's crazy. Like I always think about that shit. I'm like, damn, there was nothing at 16 years old that I was doing that could have been like world famous, you know?
Yeah, that shit makes you think. Like honestly, sometimes I think like certain signs and certain placements are like made for
Yeah,
success,
you're like built for it. You're like destined for it.
and not success. Everybody has their own definition of success. Success is really subjective, but on a how do I say, like a fame status level of success, some signs are like meant to be bigger than most people. I would say. I'd
I
say
agree.
the signs that are low key, I think, that are meant to be bigger than most people. I'm just going off of sun signs. I'd say Leos obviously are meant to be big in some capacity. I would say Capricorns are
Yeah,
also
I would
meant to
say
be big.
Cap or like 10th house placements type
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
in some capacity. I would also say low key. I think Geminis, honestly, I think Geminis are low key supposed to be big when it comes to status, because like they are the only people who can really get the message across faster than like anybody else. So it's like they normally end up with like big platforms just because like they said something, people either liked it or they didn't.
Nah, I'm
And
telling you, half the creators I follow, if it's like even these Gen Z kids, if I hear something, I'm like, damn, that's like pretty either fun, like slightly funny or worded really good. 9 times out of 10, Gemini.
mhm,
10 times out of 10, it's an air sign.
right, yeah, I would say and then if we're talking so we just named Geminis, Leos, and Capricorns. Just let's just throw in the water sign. I'd say probably
What's up, Mazza?
I'm gonna say Scorpio. I think Scorpios are low key made to be. I don't want to say in the spotlight because Scorpios are secretive, but because they're so tapped into like this deep, dark energy that most people aren't, they can like kind of bring that to the light and gain attention off of it. I think that's why a lot of Scorpios are good at, creativity. I think that's why a lot of Scorpios end up getting a lot of attention because they have been through so much. The lower octave of Mars and Pluto. I think they go through a lot and they're able to, you know, take that energy and like use it for good. So I'd say like Geminis, Leos, Scorpios, and what was the other one we said?
Leo,
Capricorn.
Cap. Yeah, that's interesting that you said the Scorpio because, like, in my experience, I guess maybe just like a lower energy or like a lower octave Scorpio, they just don't want to be seen at all. Like they want to be hidden from like the world. They don't want anybody. They don't want no eyes on them. They don't care about any attention. They just want to do their thing, be hidden from the world, do it secretly, and live a private life. I don't know. I see that a lot, but the ones that have made it, the Scorpios, yeah, like they got some extra. they got some extra gift to actually put themselves out there and shit. But I don't know. I think I see a lot of privacy with the Scorpios. A lot of them don't want to be seen very scared of what other people think, or also Scorpios. They don't even they half the time they don't even know what people be thinking about them.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, I honestly an honorary mention, which is crazy because this would be the opposite of the music one. This is more of a fixed sign one. I think Aquarius is low key be because Aquarius is like the opposite of Leo. I think Aquariuses are supposed to get the spotlight based on their unique sense of expression. And honestly, like you see a lot of Aquarius energy kind of innovating and changing the way that we even view like social media, streaming, for example. And streamers, the whole concept is very Aquarius, like getting lit from being in your room on the fucking computer. Like that's some Aquarius shit.
It's fun though. It's honestly fun though. It's fun connecting with people online. Like even like playing like video games and shit with people online, getting in the lobby or whatever and like talking. I don't know. I have Aquarius Venus. I've always enjoyed that. I've always enjoyed connecting people, getting to know people from like different, maybe from another country or whatever, halfway across the country. We don't got to be in the same neighborhood to talk about shit that we connect about. So,
No, that's
thanks for
right.
liking Mario. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. But yeah, no, that's a pretty good that's a pretty good insight right there. I think those placements are, at least from a sun sign perspective, kind of like meant for a large uh, viewing or viewership. I think those signs can also handle it more than other signs. Like I think Leos obviously can handle large amounts of people watching. Same with Scorpios. I think Scorpios can actually handle it. They may not like it, but I think they can handle it because they're used to low key feeling like weird energies and shit. Y'all know how y'all Scorpios be. And then
They do
Aquarius,
be feeling them weird ass energies.
yeah. And I would say Aquarius, I think Aquariuses can withstand large amounts of viewership just because they kind of rule like community. And they can easily become like the face of a community. And then I would say Gemini is interesting because I don't think it's a sign that necessarily craves large amounts of attention. At the same time, though, they just attract it so easily that they're kind of used to being in the spotlight just because they said something that people did or did not like. So, yeah. And then Capricorn, obviously, because it's the GOAT. It's the motherfucking GOAT. Shout out
Hey,
to my
thank you
boy.
for the gift,
Appreciate it.
Mario. That's my Sag rising, bro. I know your chart, Mario. Thank you for the gift.
Appreciate
Them
it, brother.
Sag risings, those motherfucking pranksters. Appreciate it, Mario.
But yeah, no, I think it's very interesting that we, are talking about like status, and just in general, fame because, there's a lot of people right now that, are being thrusted into the spotlight or, having like, controversial kind of like highlights on them for their personality or just something that they said or did, and that's kind of natural with all this Leo energy. Everybody who you know may not express themselves normally, they may feel a heightened, how do I say, they may feel the need to express themselves more. If you're, introverted slash don't really, express your opinion, you may feel the need to kind of express that more. I'd say that's low key why there's like a lot of like strange things happening, at least from like an online perspective. feel like there's just a lot of strange stuff happening out in the world because of this Leo energy.
Yeah,
But
and in addition, even on like simpler terms, right? Like this Leo energy been like making people like feel better about themselves, feel better about like posting whatever they got going on in their life, putting on their story. But like even like even like the even like people who have like Instagrams and stuff, like maybe Twitters or whatever, like people who have Instagram like never post at all. Like maybe like last post was in like 23 or whatever. But like they be active, like, oh, maybe this like energy's like making them like, oh, maybe they felt like putting up a story today. You know what I mean? Like even on like the little scale, that shit goes like that's how it works too. Because like I see that all the time. I see people who have like who view all my stories on Insta that don't, you click on their profile, no posts, yet you're viewing all my shit. It's like, all right, but that type of person with all this Leo energy, that type of person like feel a little bit comfortable to like put themselves out there like a little bit, like maybe post a story or like a little thing, like, you know what I mean? So energies like that too. But like people who actually like be like comfortable like presenting themselves, like, yeah, like this is the time to like go out there and do that shit. Yeah.
yeah, nah, for sure. Instagram, Instagram in general has a lot of that kind of
Yeah.
energy where people are
Instagram's
on.
corny, bro. Like that shit is so, it's not connecting at all. It's like it's actually distances you from like people that you follow on there. I don't know. It's whack.
Yeah, nah, I don't
It's
use
cool
that
for
shit.
like looking at pictures and shit. Like it's cool for like posting your pics.
Yeah, nah,
Nah. Yo, my boy Mario asked a question. Oh, yo, Aquarius theory in here too.
yeah, nah, I stopped using IG like 2 years ago. Word of bro. He said, "Where you from? DC."
Yeah, Mario,
So,
that's my boy Mario. He's local to me, the PA, the
type shit,
Philly.
type shit.
What's up, Aquarius? What's up, Aquarius theory? Welcome,
Definitely.
welcome.
Yeah, nah, Instagram is I think out of every social media app, I think it's like the most detrimental to society. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's become a place of just envy. It's just
Yeah.
envy, bro.
I feel like though, one thing I'll say about Instagram though, they don't filter. Like you could say like more, like you could like say more on there, a little bit more than you can on TikTok.
You think so? You think
I
so?
think so. I think you could say a little bit more. I think you could say a little bit more.
Hell nah. IG, they be taking accounts down left and right.
They do, but like they do. I think they let people like say their talk their shit, and then they'll remove it. But like TikTok, they'll review your video if you say anything that goes against their guidelines. It's not even out in the public, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
Instagram lets you post whatever, and then like maybe like after like a bunch of people like complain, yeah, your thing's cooked. But then that same person makes an account the next day and just runs it up again. That's how it happens. Instagram's weird.
I saw this post that was talking about how each social media has like a sign. They said Instagram is a Libra, and they said TikTok is a Virgo. Thoughts?
Instagram cares what people think. I'll tell you that.
And Instagram is fake as fuck.
It's fake as
Shout,
shit. Yeah.
shout out,
Yes.
shout out, shout out to my Libras, but Instagram is fake as fuck. It's
Dude,
just,
yo.
it's a bunch of people putting up an image. People get on this app and
Dude,
post anything.
some shit that got to me like crazy the other week. I was at I was at a wedding, and there was like this really like, she was pretty, but like you could tell she was like very plastic, like whatever, Botoxed up and shit and all whatever. Like she had a great face card, really good face card. Like she looked great, but like I went on her and I was like, holy shit, this girl looks so much better on the Instagram. Like she's literally put her fucking face together. She like sculpted her face to be like an Instagram like bitch. Like that's crazy, man. You just made yourself out for the app. Like yeah, yeah. Like yo, you building yourself up just for the app. The fuck? Like she looked better on Insta. I'm like, holy shit! Now I know why she wear like the makeup like that. I'm like, she looks insane in pictures on like not even like a human, like that good, like too good. But that was wild. I was like, damn, like you really just do it all for the gram. Do it all for the gram.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. And I think when it comes
That's that
to
Bieber shit.
shit, I don't even think like for real, is astrology big on Instagram?
I don't know anybody talking on astrology on Instagram.
Every time I go on Instagram, I just see like degeneracy and memes. That's it. Is astrology big on Instagram?
I don't know anybody doing any astrology on Instagram. I think Cam White is
Oh,
on there. I follow him on there, but that's about it.
yeah, nah, I don't know. I don't know. I know astrology big on this app.
Yeah, Instagram's more like lifestyle shit, though. You know.
Yeah. Nah, IG fake like it has that kind of content, but I don't think it's as big as here or even YouTube. I don't know. That also could just be my for you page though. I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna sound bad, but every time I open Instagram, all I see is cheeks. That's all
I
I
know
see,
it's
bro.
too much.
I
And
ain't
they're
gonna
not
lie,
even
bro.
real. They're not even real anymore. Like it's cheeks, but it's like fake too. It's like fuck, that's AI shit too.
Yeah, nah.
That's AI
Instagram,
cheeks.
Instagram is just straight cheeks, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Cheeks and degeneracy. Like I open Instagram once every like year, and then it's like some like insanely like brain rot edit and some AI shit. Like I remember when
I used to like the brain rot, the TikTok brain rot AI.
oh my god,
I
bro.
used to think that shit was so
I
funny. Like
remember when
2 years
people
ago.
Yo, I remember when people started figuring out how to use AI and they started recreating like dead people into like memes, like the Kobe Bryant memes and the Martin Luther King Jr. memes,
Oh
bro.
yeah, the Charlie
Oh,
Kirk memes.
yes, bro. Oh my God.
Dude, the
Dude, I think,
Charlie Kirk shit is hilarious. That was actually making me cry. As rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. But the way that the AI was doing, I'm sorry.
yeah. Was Charlie Kirk a Virgo?
He was like every rapper after they made him into like every rapper.
Yeah, I gotta look this up. What was Charlie Kirk's
He's the
sign?
dude that got shot.
No, I know who Charlie Kirk is. I've seen his videos, but I was wondering what his zodiac is.
Oh, that's a good question.
I think he's a
Probably
Virgo.
Sag or some shit. He was like
Nah,
very.
he's a Libra.
That's interesting. So he was really just damn Libra. I don't know. That's odd.
Charlie Kirk is like the example of what happens when you're a Libra and you speak your mind. You just get shot. Let me chill. Let me chill. That wasn't right. Let me chill. That ass though, bro. And I think the way it happened was just very I don't know, bro. It was too real. Shit happened in like a college campus. I don't know. As far as conspiracy theory goes, like I don't know if you know that was like really real, but even if
I
it
don't
wasn't
know, dude.
really
I don't even
real,
know. I don't know if it was planned. I don't know. All I know is that dude put himself out there with a lot of people in a public setting, and he's very like he's a high level. He was a high level celebrity at the time or whatever, and had a lot of shit to say. So, I mean, if you're putting yourself out there, have a very strong opinion, and out in a public place like that, you know what I mean? Like I have strong opinions. I don't know if I don't know if I would feel comfortable talking in front of a college, like saying, you know.
yeah. He was very outspoken though. Like you know,
That's what I'm saying.
I still see his debate clips to this day. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It really does surprise me that dude was a Libra. I mean, he was very outspoken on some Aries tip, low key. Like he really would like he would rage bait. Like he would go to college campus and people would try and rage bait him. I ain't gonna lie, he was different. I didn't agree with. This is the one thing I will say about Charlie Kirk. I didn't agree with his views, but I did not like the way people. How do I say like glorified his death? There was a lot of like glorification of like the way he died and like you know what I'm saying. Even
The
the memes.
martyrdom. I don't think martyrdom is cool. Like I think martyrs are an example for like this is just on some philosophy, like life shit. Like I grew up like Catholic. They look at like the saints, and all of them are like martyrs. So that means they died for their faith or died for whatever. It's like, yeah, you can die for your faith and like be like looked at as a martyr, or you could just not do that and keep your life. But like, yeah, you could go all out for some shit that's like out of your hands, or you could just choose the safer route and not like go all out. Like I like astrology. I'm not putting my life out on the line for it.
Yeah, but it's just so interesting because I mean, like, at what point does the authenticity, stop? Because I mean, you look at like even Trump. You know what I'm saying? You could say what you want, but dude's he's a pretty authentic guy, and I mean, they tried to assassinate him like what, like last year?
Yeah, the Trump shit. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think that's another thing that's conspiracy. That's like that was probably staged.
Yeah, yeah,
What? Because it
yeah.
hit his ear. I don't even know if that thing hit his ear.
Yeah, a lot of people I think feel offended by not what he says, but how he says it. And Trump is a fucking Sagittarius moon. Sagittariuses be rubbing people the wrong way because they're very blunt.
What
You
about
have you?
Leo rising? Just your presence. Just your
That's
presence
true.
annoys people, right? I think that's a
Yeah,
big
that's
thing.
true. That's true. And like it's just like I don't even think it's just like what he says because a lot of people say the things that he says, and I'm sure there's a lot of politicians that believe in the same things that he believes, just under behind closed doors. But it's the fact that he says it so openly and like this is really what it is type way, so blunt. It's very Sag, like it's very Gemini because obviously he's a Gemini sun, and yeah, he gets massive amounts of attention from it. And even though a lot of his views are terrible and he is not a good president, like very entertaining, very entertaining, very entertaining guy. He made a fucking Pearl Harbor joke, bro, about Japan. I remember like the prime minister of Japan or like somebody was in the room with him in the fucking like Oval Office, and they were like making a deal, and he made this like insane joke about Pearl Harbor, and like everybody in the room started laughing. Only a
Wait, I
Gemini.
definitely seen this clip. I definitely
Yeah,
seen
bro,
that
that shit was
clip.
out of pocket, yo. It was out of pocket, bro. Every week I see a clip of Trump like saying some crazy ass shit on like Fox News on TikTok where it's just like, bro, oh my God. Okay. I did not want to get into politics or even anything that would mention the year of 2020, but like astrologically speaking, how could you connect the shot and the way it was rushed and how do I say people feeling like they had to get it? Like how could you summarize that in like a brief astrological sense?
You want? I
Because
gotta probably. I would probably have to look back to the planets at the time to even think about. I know there was a lot of Capricorn energies. That was Pluto and Capricorn still, right?
there was Pluto and
Um,
Capricorn.
I
That
think
might have
there was
been.
Chiron and Aries, right? Yeah. Um,
I think
I-
Saturn was in Aquarius, right?
Saturn and Aquarius. Yeah, it was more. It was. I looked at it as more just like the Pluto and Capricorn standpoint, where you have the big pharmacies, the big corporations, right, taking control, right? And Pluto is about power and control issues, right? So we enter. It's a power and control dynamic against these governments, corporations, whatever. Everybody wants you taking the thing. So I think that Pluto and Capricorn, that was like it was probably making a bunch of other aspects, a lot of other planets in Capricorn. Um, I think that was a big thing about the control. They just had everyone under the control. You couldn't. I remember I lived in New York City at the time. You couldn't go to like a basketball game unless you abided by the rules. And I think it was a very abide by the rules or get lost and get scapegoated. And like that was the goal. It's like either be washed up under the current, be like everyone else, or ride the opposite wave. Just do your, be against it, speak out against it, or whatever, and then they would get hate, and then you would get hate, and then now is the time where people who didn't take the shot is like actually finally getting relief and getting praise and respected for their choices. What, 4 years ago or whatever? It's crazy, man. We waited too long to get the respect for that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, nah, for real. I
What
think
do
the
you want
whole
to add astrologically to that? Because let me
I mean,
I'll
all
do
the,
some research
like
real
you
quick.
said, all of the Capricorn and Aquarius. That's like, Capricorn, and a lot of astrologers would say that Capricorn signifies like the government, and I think with all of the Capricorn energy, uh, with I would say like the lack of, I don't think there was much Leo. I don't think there was much Virgo or much Libra. People weren't really thinking about this shit. We kind of just laid down and took it, bro. Like people weren't really thinking about this shit. Like we kind of just accepted it for what it
Yeah, it was
was.
more community. It was like it
It,
was like a communal like acceptance rather than,
it
right. You said no Leo, right? No individuality or
yeah,
whatever.
and nobody was really thinking about this shit. They were just going off of like what everybody else was saying, and I guess mass media.
Mass media, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, now that all this Leo energy has circled back around, just recently, the head of the CDC, or the poster child, I always forget how to say his name,
Fauci,
Fauci.
yeah, 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 Fauci.
Dude pled the Fifth Amendment like 5 million times and refused to speak on whether or not the shots actually had any uh, adverse effects on like elderly people and children, and he just refused to speak on it. So it's like
I got to think. So, do you think what is he in trouble now or whatever?
um nah. Do I think he's in trouble? Nah.
Herd
I don't
mind,
think
yeah, that's the right word. Aquarius theory said the right. That's the whole thing. A herd minded. That was the energy. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Fauci's in trouble because he did what he was supposed to do. Like, bruh got
Exactly. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. Like
that was his job.
that
Like,
was
you
his
know what I'm saying?
job. Yep.
That was his job. He didn't like.
People
There's
and
nothing.
people are like, oh, they're gonna get him, like you're gonna get him in trouble now, but like that's no, like he can't get in trouble for doing what he was told to do. Like that he succeeded. He got everyone to take the shot or whatever, and he's in the whatever, like he's probably in like the Masons or whatever, like that the organization.
Relax. It's like no. we try and keep
That shit
the
is
we try we
common
try
knowledge at this point.
we try and keep the live streams going. Nah, but seriously though, like I just think about the fact that there was not much Leo energy. It was like basically all Saturn and or Uranus. I think Uranus was in Taurus. It was a lot of like fixed Earth, fixed air, and a lot of Capricorn, like you said. And yeah, I think everybody was just taking what the media had to say about the pandemic at face value, and nobody questioned it. People just kind of took it for what it was. And Neptune was in Pisces.
Yeah, I brought up some of the stuff. Neptune was in Pisces and it was retrograde for a while. But also
Yeah,
we had in 2020, that's when Jupiter was in Capricorn, Saturn was at the end of Capricorn, and Pluto was in Capricorn. So yeah, it was a lot of control by these, the big organizations and stuff.
yeah, a lot of control, a lot of behind closed doors
Right.
things that nothing was really disclosed. And like the craziest thing about the pandemic, thinking about it now, it doesn't feel like it happened, but it did. And I think it's that Neptune and Pisces where it's just like nothing felt real. Like it just felt like a figment of everybody's imagination. And when they talk about it in history books like 10, 20, 30 years from now, people are going to be like, wow, like we actually lived through that. Like that's like something we're gonna like be able to tell our kids. Like we lived through a period where like people weren't even considered, people. Like if you didn't have like a certain thing in you, you weren't considered a person. Like
You
dog.
couldn't contribute in society.
Yeah, bro. That, bruh. The great thing about the pandemic was the innovation of social media, which is all that Saturn and Aquarius energy. But at the same time, so many people who went through the pandemic. A lot of people, unfortunately, did not make it through the pandemic. And when I say they didn't make it through the pandemic, a lot of people like lost their like willpower, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I think the effects of the pandemic, past the government stuff and past even the health stuff, I think a lot of people are just spiritually dead. Like I don't think people are the same that they used to be. I think like human interaction is no longer the same, and I think people are starting to come out of that, especially with the return of all the Leo energy. But I feel like in general, most people nowadays are robots because they were stranded and isolated by choice. You know,
I
there
think
were
you ever
still
hear the term anhedonia?
say that again.
Anhedonia. It's like the inability to feel. I just looked it up. Inability to feel pleasure or joy from activities that you normally enjoy. So I mean, COVID took a lot of activities away from people. So some of us found new hobbies. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that people used to lean on was maybe taken away for them, and that takes the soul out of you.
Yeah. Well, do you what is your opinion on what is your opinion on life and human interaction now compared to the pandemic? Like, do you think it's changed? Do you think it's gotten worse since, like, the whole,
I think a lot of that
virus?
pandemic was like social experimentation with like that remote work too. Having people like work their stuff at home. Like I think that's like that Saturn Aquarius like testing out to see what's going to work in society. Can people work from their laptop and contribute to society still? Can we still get jobs done from people having a more balanced lifestyle? So I think that was like a trial period where people were like trying to figure that out. Some people were still out, in person. I was out there working in person every day. I was like an essential worker or whatever. But I know a lot of people that like during the COVID they didn't have any like responsibility too. Like they didn't have like anything to fill up their time. So it makes you like idle minded and shit. But I think it was tough. Now I think we're adapting now. I think with that was the start of like a lot of online technology, a lot of new like Teams, Zoom, and all that shit came out then. Um, and we see like that stuff I've been using up until then. That's technology and stuff that I've been using for in my jobs and stuff. Um, and I think it adds an element where yeah we don't always have to interact face to face. We all are online. Like you can't avoid your phone even if you say you're not. You probably still have some kind of social media that you watch. But yeah, I think that transition is the transition to having more online, more community, more stuff that you could just pick up the phone and contribute or network with people just from home without having to go to like an office or like a corporation or whatever. um, and I think yeah, the vibes now are a lot better. I think after the COVID, people weren't able to go outside or whatever, so nobody ever wants to go back to that period where no, we're not getting sunlight or whatever. We're not interact like who wants to not interact with people in real life? But that's what they say about Gemini Uranus is like the back to the in person gatherings. What do you have to say?
I think the human interaction between people has gotten worse. I genuinely think it's gotten worse. And I think it's gotten worse because of AI and social media. And I think that the whole pandemic, I think the purpose was low key to get us assimilated into AI by detaching us from day to day human interaction. I high key think that that was a setup, and I think they knew that low key it would work because when I go out, and I'm not gonna act like I don't do this either because, all right, I'm Gen Z. All right, I'm always on my phone. I'm chronically online. But when I go out and I walk down the street, 9 times out of 10, there might be a rare occurrence, but usually people are looking down, right? Nobody's looking up, nobody's saying
Yeah.
hi. And even if they're not on their phone, normally people just walk by you. You get on the train, everybody is on their phone, dog.
Headphones and shit too.
Headphones, dog, and like just in general, I've even been in spaces where, you might go to like, I guess you could say like the club, you go to a party, people aren't socializing like how they used to socialize, right? I mean, even with all this Leo energy, people are just very to themselves. Like people are very to themselves. And a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
feel
people,
like people don't want to know like more about people. Like it's like nobody's asking questions like like what every all I hear about is like, oh, what do you do, or like what do you do for work? But like nobody wants to know about people, you know?
yeah,
Nobody's interested in people anymore.
yeah, no, everybody is literally like addicted to their phone and like something that like is giving them like dopamine. Like people aren't getting like dopamine or feeling refreshed from conversations, which
Yeah.
is why there's so many online communities because like people aren't finding real communities in real life. Like, bro, like I've had more meaningful interactions over the last 5, 6 years online with people who I have not met yet than people that I actually have went to school with, worked with. It's getting better though. I will say it's getting a little bit better. I think people are starting to break out of that shell. Leo is all about, presentation and going outside, like you said, but there's still a large amount of energy that has been stagnated when it comes to human interaction because of all that fucking Aquarius, that Capricorn, like that era, I mean, the Neptune and Pisces, I mean, that just fucked everybody up. That's why I think all the planets were just like, all right, we gotta go, like, we gotta switch it up, dog, because like they really got us, dog. Like, no funny shit, bro. I feel like before
Yeah.
Saturn, I feel like before Saturn and Neptune went into Aries, I feel like life was literally just like you're just existing. Like there's no real, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you're existing and every day is kind of like the same. I still feel that way sometimes, but it feels like I have a little bit more uh, willpower and a little bit more motivation nowadays to, you know, get up and actually like do something with myself. So
I would say I would say it's more um it's more on the basis of doing something for yourself. Like doing like make like this, like making content that is like something that's above yourself and that you're interested, right? Because I've always felt motivation and like all the jobs I had and shit, but I was never working towards one of my goals. I was just always working for someone else and shit. So yeah, I
mm,
think it's the goals. My goals is more like personal orientated now, and each day I'm doing something more for me, right? With Leo in the first house, but it's that kind of thing for me.
let me ask you something like
I keep charging my phone.
as a Leo rising, do you find pleasure in interacting with just like regular people in your day to day life, or do you more often than not kind of just mind your business?
I'm usually, I don't know. I used to be really shy. Like I used to be like a really shy person in general. Um, and over the years I've come out of my shell, but that's like something I'm working on because some days I feel like I'm like, yeah, like I want to interact with somebody down the street that's walking by and I want to say hi. And other days I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. But I will say you talked about, right? We just mentioned thing about the trains. People are all on their phones with like the Aquarius shit. I go to the gym and they play like good enough music to where I'm starting to take out my headphones I'm trying to start like I want to like talk to people there. Like now that my headphones are out, like it. I feel like everyone's just so in their own world when I go to the gym. At least like we're all like I don't know, nothing wrong with talking, nothing wrong with saying what's up, but you can't do that with headphones in and shit. But yeah, that's something I will say I'm trying to get more. Just interactive with people in my neighborhood or environment and just feeling comfortable just talking to your regular everyday stranger, you know?
That's interesting.
What
Yeah,
do
I'm
you
gonna keep it a
say?
buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I don't talk to niggas, bro. I don't talk to people, bro. And if I do talk to people, it's based on us having similar passions. Like I don't go out here. This is the thing about me, and to answer her question again, I'm a Leo rising, Virgo sun, Pisces moon,
Yo, Mikey.
and, and I just wanted to say that uh, as a Virgo, I'm already very selective with who I talk to. And I feel like during the pandemic, but like right before the pandemic, I was actually breaking out of that shell of being selective and being
Mikey's a
just like,
Virgo too.
yeah, being like an online gamer. Like I started like 2019, 2018. I actually was like going out, networking on purpose, meeting people, going to parties, this, that, and the third, festivals, concerts, all of that. And then the pandemic hit and it was just like, fuck. It's just like all that antisocial energy, all that Pisces, Capricorn, and Aquarius, it just like bro, it just changed people and it just changed even the perspective of communication because now it's like and this is gonna sound very bad, but like it became less about conversating just to conversate, and then it started becoming like what can I gain out of the conversation? Like I don't
That's
particularly
facts. I feel that. I feel that.
I don't particularly have a problem with conversation, but if we're just talking
If
just
we're
to
just talking about
talk,
the weather, like, bruh,
yeah, bro,
nah,
nah, that ain't it.
I
Word,
can't
bro.
gain nothing out of this.
Yeah, bro, and yeah, that has been a thing for me. I already, like I said,
I
have a
hate
very
small talk.
yeah, bro. I just have a very selective outlook on uh, communication, and if it doesn't have anything to do with what I'm passionately invested in, then nine times out of ten,
That's really interesting because your
I
Mercury
don't
is
care
third
for it.
house Libra, right?
Yeah,
And I feel because I feel very similarly, even though my Mercury is opposite, is like ninth house Aries. But I feel that too. Like I don't want to just get into any talks just to do. I want to business. I want to like I want to talk business, or I want to like talk about
yeah,
something that
yeah.
matters to me that like personally. Yeah,
Yeah. Like actually, like building something, or at least like relating or something. Like even if we're not building, like at least we can like relate. Like I'm not trying to like just, what I'm saying. Nah, that ain't it, bro. So I think communication for me has become much more particular, and I've realized like it takes a lot of energy to talk about things that I don't care for. And during the pandemic, I started to realize you know there's a lot of things that I don't care for that most people do. So I really started to isolate myself a lot, and then that's when I started getting into social media more. And that's when I started to build a platform for myself and find communities that actually cared about what I had going on or things that I was interested in. And yeah, bro, I'm already very private, like I said, Virgo sun, but I also don't really need communication like that, Pisces moon. I just want to be around people that have the same vibe that I'm on. And my vibe, although changes pretty often, I want to be able to find people that I can vibe with, have similar career goals, similar outlooks on life, and just like similar ways of expression. I don't want to be around people who like I'm okay with people having opposing views, but if we have opposing views but we're still doing similar things and we have similar goals,
right.
I can rock with you. I got plenty of friends who got like opposing views, and I'm cool with that as long as like we're on the same page and like you're my man's. You know what I'm saying? We cool type shit, but I'm not about to be out here, you know what I'm saying? Like going to the bar on a Tuesday night trying to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That shit's
I
dead.
hate that. It's like weird, bro. I'm like, I find
It's
it
like,
weird too, because like you're just talking about shit that's like so shallow, and it's like, bro, that's not the spot for me. I'm into like deep shit.
yeah,
I'm in
no,
like the
that's
deep
just
web, you know.
yeah, no, that shit's dead. She said Mercury Libra here as well. Facts.
Hey. And she said Virgo, right? We got some Virgo viewers. She said Virgo sun. Mikey's a Virgo sun. He's throwing a lot of love.
Yeah,
Um,
she fake. She fake got mad followers. God damn. What the hell? What the hell did you do? Let me chill though.
Shout out Scorpio risings, Astro mom, Cat moon. That's my mom's moon.
I ain't gonna lie. Her chart actually it's pretty nice.
Virgo sun, Cat moon. Got that trine. Yep. I'm sorry.
But yeah, bro. I think the pandemic really changed the way people view socializing, and everything is the scales. Whether you think it's better or worse, it definitely changed. And in my perspective, I think that communication is much more selective now, and people don't just talk just to talk. I was with my coworker the other day, and he literally said to me, he was like, Isaiah, I hate everybody here. I feel like he told me, he was like, Isaiah, 90% of this job is literally smiling in the faces of people that you absolutely despise. And I was like,
They
you know
want to
what,
train
bro?
you to just wave and smile and
Yeah, bro. I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what, bro? You're right. And like, honestly, like that's like 90% of human interaction nowadays. Like, is smiling in the face of people that you really could care less about. Like, they could like pass away. TikTok, this is GTA, but like for real, like they could pass away in GTA and you would not care. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. Like, shit is just like, feel me? I don't
yeah.
know, bro. It's not the same though. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. And then as a Leo rising, when you express yourself too much, people look at you like you just kick them in the shin. I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't
know.
know. It's something. It's definitely something when you get into the expression energy. But Scorpio rising made a good point though. Um, since us being Leo rising with the Pluto, yeah, Pluto is definitely shaking up, bringing new people into my life, changing the way I relate to people in one on ones. Um, and it's empowering, right? Because Pluto is about that power. But I don't know. I feel empowered by it. I'm not letting Pluto kick my ass on this Pluto in Aquarius transit. I got Venus in Aquarius, so I got Venus and Uranus Aquarius, whatever. But I'm trying to take power and control over my over the one to ones I have in my life. Um, and I mean, if I find a partner, I'm down with that too. But it's more just networking, and Aquarius is about networking. And I have like my friend. I have so many friends in friend groups that like that's my relationships. So and yeah, no, manipulation. I think it's pretty hard. Like we nowadays with the manipulation, we know like a lot of the yeah, I don't want to be manipulated. We got a lot of this psychology stuff on the internet being talking about narcissism, all this stuff. Some of it you can go too far down the rabbit hole, but with all that, with this psychology known, like it's harder nowadays to get manipulated. Now that we know kind of all the tactics, like the fear tactics people use and stuff. But yeah, it's wild. Even contract wise for me for the seventh house. Like negotiating, yeah, I'm just going harder nowadays with that than and I'm standing harder on my terms. But I still want to contribute. So it's a 50-50, Libra shit. Like I want an equal give and take. That's all we want. That's all Leo risings want is equal give and take. But we never get it. Sometimes we do.
Yeah. Well, I got some clipping to do tonight, word, bro.
Sheesh.
How long have we been going? It's been like
It's been like it's been an hour.
a smooth hour and 30. It feels like.
Hour. Remember, it took me a while to get this shit going. It was about 5 o'clock when we started, but yeah, I mean, I won't keep you here long. I think we said a lot of. I think we had some good discussion today off the dome too. Let's see. I feel like I'm eavesdropping. Yeah, no, you're not. You're not eavesdropping. I wish you. You should join in our next one and engage. Right? Ask. I love talking. Ask more questions and drop your signs. Drop your import, Scorpio Rising.
I gave you a follow.
I dropped a follow too. Appreciate the engagement, Scorpio Risings.
Yeah, and if you want to if you want to rewatch the full live stream, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, we put them on YouTube. My channel's a channel.
Yes, sir.
You too, Astro Mom.
I'm going. But yeah, no, that was a good live. I ain't gonna lie.
You said, will you link it? Will you link the how do I do that? Well, I could link our past ones if you want to see the YouTube channel. Probably.
Just look up Tadz.
Yeah, just look up Tadz Astrology or Young Zay Astrology on YouTube. It should be.
Shameless plug.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, we've done a couple of these. We're gonna keep doing them. Talk about new shit. Sweet. Yeah, thank you for supporting.
That was good stuff. Now, the more we do this shit, the more I'm like, we gotta start getting the guest on here.
I would love to add people on here.
We gotta start getting the guest on.
Get more just more shit to talk about, more voices, more input. Yeah. Especially that a lot of people know what we're talking about too and can relate.
Yeah. But good stuff. Let's wrap this up. Shout out to everybody who was in the live. Appreciate it. We're gonna be going live almost every day. If you don't catch the live streams, just look up either Tadz Astrology or Young Zay Astrology on YouTube. And
full replay.
I will be posting mad clips tonight and for the rest of my life. So
I'm gonna start clipping.
So you will never miss the content. So yeah,
clip farming. He's clip farming.
Yeah, #1 clip farmer.
She would have Virgo. Hey.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's wrap it up. But thanks for everyone that's tuned in. Appreciate the support, appreciate the engagement, and